You didn't cry when Bambi's mother died?
Yes, it was very sad when the guy stopped drawing the deer.
Beloved by millions as the quick-witted Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry's sharp humour made him a fan favourite. But behind the laughs, his life took a dark turn, ending tragically in 2023 due to a fatal ketamine overdose.
Tributes are being paid this morning to the Friends actor Matthew Perry, who has died at the age of 54.
The star who played Chandler Bing in the globally successful sitcom, which was one of the biggest shows of the 90s and noughties, was found dead in his Los Angeles home, with US media reports saying he was found in the hot tub.
Now, 5 individuals are facing charges in connection to his shocking death. So pick your cup up and get ready to grow from the drama and learn from the chaos. Matthew Langford Perry was a dual citizen who captivated audiences on both sides of the border. He rocketed to fame as Chandler Bing, earning him back-to-back American Comedy Awards in 1996 and 1998. But Perry wasn't just a one-hit wonder. He took on the role of Republican lawyer Joe Quincy in The West Wing, snagging Emmy nominations in 2003 and 2004. However, Perry's life wasn't all laughter and accolades. In his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, he revealed the depths of his struggle with addiction, confessing that he was an alcoholic by 14.
Perry says he's proof that addiction can enter any home, any heart. He's 14 with his Canadian pals and a common teenage rite of passage.
I'd never drank before, and I just sort of drank this entire bottle of what was called Anwar's Baby Duck. That was the name of the wine. And I lay in the grass and just was in heaven. And I thought to myself, this must be the way that normal people feel all the time. And I thought that at 14.
14 years old and an alcoholic. That is bad.
And became hooked on Vicodin after a 1997 jet ski accident, at one point consuming over 55 pills a day.
55 pills! I'm surprised his body didn't shut down.
His battle with substance abuse led him to become a powerful advocate, using his platform to support the National Association of Drug Court Professionals and pushing for funding to help others fight the same demons. Tragically, on October 28, 2023, Matthew Perry was found unresponsive in a hot tub in his LA home and was pronounced dead later that day. Weeks later, on December 15th, it was confirmed that the cause of death was which led to him drowning in the heated waters. But recently, police have revealed a shocking twist in the investigation, uncovering a broad underground criminal network responsible for supplying large quantities of ketamine. This breakthrough led to charges against 5 individuals, including 2 doctors and Perry's personal assistant, for their alleged roles in his tragic death. US Attorney Martin Estrada said during an interview,
in all, 5 people have been charged in connection with the ketamine overdose that killed the actor last October, including doctors Mark Chavez and Salvador Plasencia.
Mr. Perry fell back into addiction, and these defendants took advantage to profit for themselves.
3 of the defendants, including Matthew Perry's personal assistant, have already pleaded guilty to drug charges. Meanwhile, 2 others, a doctor and a North Hollywood woman named Jasveen Sangara, infamously known as the Ketamine Queen.
Plasencia has pleaded not guilty and posted a $100,000 bond. The judge agreeing to allow Plasencia to keep running his medical practice, but says he must disclose the charges he is facing. Still, investigators say it was Jasveen Sangha, the alleged ketamine queen, who provided the dose that ultimately killed Perry. The DEA says Sangha was still running a drug emporium when they raided her apartment earlier this year.
Ain't no ketamine queen no more.
According to the prosecution, Kenneth Iwamasa coordinated with 2 doctors to supply Perry with over $50,000 worth of ketamine in the weeks before his death.
Wait, what did he do with $50,000 worth of ketamine?
Defendant Plasencia was a medical doctor. He worked with another medical doctor, defendant Mark Chavez, to obtain ketamine. He then worked with Mr. Perry's live-in assistant, defendant Kenneth Iwamasa, to distribute that ketamine to Mr. Perry. Over 2 months, from September to October 2023, they distributed approximately 20 vials of ketamine to Mr. Perry in exchange for $55,000 in cash. Defendant Plasencia saw this as an opportunity to profit off of Mr. Perry.
One of the doctors, Salvador Plasencia, sent a chilling message saying, "I wonder how much this moron will pay," followed by, "Let's find out."
You see, you people, you're not friends, you know what I'm saying? You're not friends. You ruined it, yeah?
It is disgusting because this is somebody who's been battling
drug addiction for years.
And you have
14 on alcohol.
And the worst thing is you have somebody who actually swore a Hippocratic oath. Plasencia is accused of providing ketamine outside the usual course of professional practice and without a legitimate medical purpose, even administering 360 milligrams of the drug to Perry in a single hour. The prosecution asserts that those around Perry saw his addiction as an opportunity to cash in with.
He also stated in text messages that he wanted to be Mr. Perry's sole source of supply. He wrote in a text message that he wanted to be Mr. Perry's, quote, go-to for drugs. As a doctor, defendant Plasencia knew full well the danger of what he was doing.
The indictment also alleges that Dr. Salvador went a step further, teaching Kenneth Iwamasa how to inject Perry with ketamine, leaving behind the drug and a supply of syringes.
Despite that, he left additional vials of ketamine for defendant Iwamasa to administer to Mr. Perry. Of course, defendant Iwamasa had no medical training to speak of. Defendant Plasencia knew what he was doing was harming Mr. Perry. He had spoken to another patient in mid-October 2023, and he told that patient that Mr. Perry was spiraling out of control with his addiction. Nonetheless, defendant Plasencia continued to offer ketamine to Mr. Perry.
According to the indictment, in the 4 days leading up to Perry's death, Iwamasa administered at least 15 shots of ketamine, although some reports suggest the number could be as high as 24 times.
That's crazy. They need to inject him up with ketamine in the cells.
It is bombs.
God have mercy upon us.
Plasencia himself allegedly injected Perry with a large dose of ketamine, causing the actor to freeze up and experience a dangerous spike in his blood pressure.
In fact, on one occasion, he injected Mr. Perry with ketamine, and he saw Mr. Perry freeze up and his blood pressure spike.
When Plasencia's supply ran low, Perry's intermediaries turned to Jasveen Sangha, who boasted of having a master chef who was cooking up the ketamine for her. What in the Breaking Bad is this?
Walter White special, you know what I'm saying?
Since Perry was a frequent customer, Sangha even provided him with ketamine lollipops.
That's crazy. They are just finessing this guy. A ketamine lollipop.
This chilling narrative paints a grim picture of how Perry's addiction was exploited, leading to his tragic demise. Jasveen Sangha allegedly supplied ketamine to Dr. Salvador Plasencia with the help of 2 other co-defendants, Eric Fleming and Dr. Mark Chavez. All 3, Chavez, Fleming and Iwamasa, have pled guilty. Prosecutors assert that after Matthew Perry's death, the defendants scrambled to cover their tracks. Sangha reportedly sent a text instructing other suspects to delete all of our messages, while Plasencia is accused of falsifying medical records to conceal his involvement.
Yeah, Plasencia, there's no defensia.
Consequences of these actions are severe for both Iwamasa and Fleming, who face potential sentences of 15 to 25 years in prison after their guilty pleas, while Chavez could face up to 10 years behind bars. If convicted, Sangha faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years in prison with the possibility of a life sentence hanging over her. The case highlights the desperate lengths to which these individuals went to profit from Perry's addiction, and the steep price they may have to pay for their action. Matthew Perry's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the devastating impacts of addiction. Behind the laughs and fame was a man struggling to cope and using drugs as a temporary escape from the pain that eventually consumed him. Perry's tragic death shows that addiction can spiral out of control, especially when those around you exploit your vulnerabilities instead of offering genuine support. As friends, family, and community members, genuine support means recognizing the signs of struggle, offering a non-judgmental ear, and encouraging healthier ways to cope. If you've made it to the end of this video, consider liking and subscribing for more videos on controversial figures. But until the next time, my name's Sammy.
My name is Don.
Our house is your house. Grow from your drama, and we'll see you soon.
I'm not gonna miss you helping me out with money. The only thing that I'm gonna miss is you.